We must prepare for three major shifts in the coming decade. First is a shift in global economic weight towards Asia. This will be accompanied by broader shifts in the global order. In recent years, several advanced economies have turned their attention inward in reaction to domestic pressures. For example, Brexit has put a cloud of uncertainty over the UK and its trade with the EU and the world. And the US's recent tax changes and review of trade pacts will intensify competition and economic nationalism, fueling anxieties worldwide. Meanwhile, Asia will play a larger role in global trade and investment flows. China has set up a regional infrastructure bank and laid out bold plans under the Belt and Road Initiative. India is reforming its economy, easing restrictions on foreign investments. Closer to home, ASEAN countries are moving up the value chain, and the middle-class population is growing rapidly. All these developments represent significant opportunities for our firms and people. Our economy must be geared to ride on and contribute to Asia's growth. However, there are also potential threats to the stability and growth of our region. Tensions on the Korean Peninsula and in the South China Sea can dampen investors' confidence, while the threat of terrorism across the region remains very real. The second shift is the emergence of new technologies. Robotics and digital technologies are changing the way we live, work, and play. They have already enabled the shift to Industry 4.0 and the rapid rise of e-commerce and the sharing economy. These are interacting with traditional businesses in different ways, sometimes as competing substitutes, sometimes as complementary enablers. New technologies are reshaping the economy and jobs. Firms will compete increasingly not on physical assets, but on intangible assets such as intellectual property, data, and user networks. First mover advantage and time to market will be key. Securing better jobs and higher wages will not be just about how well we did in school, but how well we continue to learn, relearn, adapt, and grow throughout our lives. The third shift is aging. We are well placed in Singapore to make the most of the collective wisdom of our seniors, but we must also be prepared for the challenges of an aging society. There will be a significant increase in healthcare and social expenditure, placing greater demands on families and the government. Also, our resident workforce will shrink, tightening our labor markets and slowing economic growth further, unless we remain dynamic in our outlook, are increasingly productive in the way we work, and supplement our workforce with a calibrated inflow of workers from abroad. In addition to an aging population, there are other forces that can strain our social fabric. We need to keep a close watch on income inequality and social mobility. We want growth to uplift all Singaporeans and deepen our social compact. That is why we'll continue to invest in education and skills upgrading to give every Singaporean the best chance to realize his or her potential. We also promote sports, arts and heritage, and volunteerism and philanthropy to build common interests and shared activities. These three shifts will not operate in isolation, but interact together to affect us in profound ways. Some of these interactions will bring new opportunities. For instance, technology will help our older workers to stay productive and assist our caregivers to care for seniors. With many Asian consumers at the frontier of technology adoption, there are also many opportunities for companies to meet the demands of these tech-savvy consumers. But these shifts can also bring new challenges. The rapid pace of technological change may lead to older workers feeling marginalized. In some advanced economies, there is rising discontent over globalization and technological disruptions. And as technology becomes more pervasive, the risk of cyber attacks and online radicalization will also increase. Singapore is in a good position to guard against such challenges and capture the opportunities. Geographically, we are well connected to the world, with flights to over 400 cities and shipping routes to over 600 ports globally. Within Asia, we have extensive connectivity to over 100 Asian cities by air and more than 250 Asian ports by sea. Digitally, we are connected to the world with over 500 terabits per second of potential capacity. And we'll continue to enhance our connectivity by investing in digital infrastructure, as well as land links, such as a KL-Singapore high-speed rail. As an economy, we are open and free, with strong trade links and free trade agreements with many economies in the region and beyond. As a society, we are multiracial with an international outlook, enabling us to operate in a culturally diverse Asian and global environments. And our people are also well-educated and tech-savvy. Budget 2018 will build on this strong position. First, we will develop a more vibrant and innovative economy. We must anchor Singapore as a global Asia node of technology, innovation, and enterprise. Welcome investments, talents, and ideas to Singapore, and be bold in venturing out into new markets. To do this, we must make innovation pervasive in our economy, develop deep capabilities in our firms and workers, and establish strong partnerships locally and abroad. The shifts in the global economy and the emergence of new technologies are to our advantage because they allow us to seize opportunities beyond our borders. Second, we will build a smart, green, and livable city. We should take full advantage of the latest technology to improve Singaporeans' quality of life. That is what our Smart Nation movement seeks to achieve. To improve our livability as a city, we must also enhance our urban sustainability and enable our economy to be more carbon efficient. Third, we'll continue to foster a caring and cohesive society. This requires our collective efforts. The government will continue to strengthen our social safety nets and supports, especially in the face of demographic challenges like aging. We must also remain a society where all of us, as individuals, members of families, and citizens, take pride in caring for ourselves, our children, and seniors, and one another. Finally, we will continue to plan ahead for a fiscally sustainable and secure future. Preparing for the longer-term shifts will require more resources to take care of our families, keep our people safe, invest in capabilities, and develop new infrastructures. And we must do this amidst a period of greater geopolitical uncertainty and increasing tax competition. It is therefore our duty and responsibility to plan ahead and ensure that we have enough resources to do all that we need to do.